Happy Wednesday, everybody. Welcome back to Reality Water Cooler. I am Sarah from Texas, and this is our place to chat all the latest celebrity news, reality gossip, Jeff Lewis Live, all the things. I did not get to listen to most of the second hour because as I was listening, it was Sarah and Justin Martindale complaining about airline passengers trying to board early. And I was like, amen, sister. I mean, I fly Southwest. I am with you on that. And all of a sudden I heard a different voice. I'm like, what is this? And then my radio in my car said Jess Cagle. And I'm like, and as you know, when the app messes up and you're not on with it that hour, I was on delay, there is no going back for hours. So if I missed anything huge, I did try to check the Sarah from Texas Facebook group to see if anything was going on there, but I didn't see anything. So anyways, hello, everybody. How are you? Welcome, welcome, welcome. If this is your time, your first time, pop that chumpette cherry and post. Just hit the comment. Say, hey, I'm Rebecca from New Jersey or whatever you want to say. Just do it. If you're listening as a replay, still make sure you hit the thumbs up, the like button, comment along. We love to hear what you have to say. Okay, so if I missed anything from the second hour, please chime in or we will leave questions at the very end. So I love the community here. We are so lucky to have each other. By the way, one of the reasons I was on delay is I had an amazing training session that our mentor program puts on. And it was so good. It is called attunement training. Never even heard of attunement training. Like, I have no idea what that means. But after this hour and a half, and they fed us lunch. I mean, y'all know if it's a free buffet, it is 0 calories. So I'm just saying it was Italian. I had a salad. I had a little bit of lasagna. I had a little bit of chicken Alfredo, all 0 calories. So anyways, but it was actually really good, but it's going to help us all with our mentors. As y'all know, if you've been following me, I've had a mentor since I guess I'm the mentor, I'm forgetting, and she's the mentee. So I've had her since she was in second grade, the beginning of second grade. So all of second, all of third, all of fourth, and now we're almost halfway through fifth grade. So love doing it. If you have an opportunity to give 30 minutes of your time a week, contact your local school because elementaries do it, middle school, junior highs, and high schools offer it. So just contact your local elementary or contact your local school's counselor and ask them about that. But anyways, that's why I was on delay because that training was an hour and a half, but it was so good. Like I was talking to a neighbor about it afterwards and we were talking, he's in sales and we all have kids in college. We both have kids in high school still. We were talking about how much this is going to even help us. One of the things they said is instead of asking someone, how's your day? How are you doing? And everyone just always says good, fine, whatever, even if they're having a terrible day, right? Because that doesn't make you feel like anyone wants to hear what you really have to say. This is how they suggested we word it. Something like, and I don't have my notes in front of me, but how is your day going for you so far? Doesn't that sound so much more like the person is really wanting to hear how your day is going? When you add that for you, how is your day going for you so far? In other words, if you meet with a person at the morning or if you ask your kids, that means so far adds that you could have a better day. You could turn it around, but also for you, like your day might be, but how is it for you? Anyways, okay. It was really good. I'm just going to tell you, I'm so psyched about this. Okay, yes. How's your going for you so far? Isn't that so good, Sarah? Okay. What's not going so well for people is Cardi B. Cardi B has had this on again, off again relationship and now marriage and now 3 children with her, I guess, soon to be ex Offset. Who knows? They could show up and be happily ever after tomorrow. Who knows? She apparently deleted all these tweets. And part of it, she's like wishing the worst on him. She's hoping he's hit by an effing truck. She's calling him narcissistic ex. I mean, not going so well. She just gave birth. I mean, I don't think she can blame this on hormones. They've always had issues. So that's kind of crazy. Some other bad news. Oh, Luna's Oh, I love it when she does that. She's, like, rubbing her face on the carpet. Yeah, shout out everyone, Debbie says. Thank you. Hello, everyone. I love y'all getting comfy in comments. It's so fun. Justin Bieber. Wow, this is crazy. He might consider suing. Like, how much money does it take to consider suing? I mean, Justin Bieber, $300 million. He's saying that his business team or a person has squandered from him. That's the word by his management team. $300 million, and you're only considering suing? Like, wait, what? Like, I would sue someone for $1 million, much less $300 million, especially if they, took something away that I earned, right? Crazy. Let me know your thoughts on that. I know there's a lot going on with the accusations of his relationship with P. Diddy and all these things. It's a hot mess. I am told that the Menendez brothers, the DA should do an announcement by the end of this week. Well, today is Wednesday. The end of this week is 2 more days. Should they get out? Have they served their time? If they get out now, if they change the whatever you call it, I don't even think they're going to another trial. They would, if they basically, I don't know the legal word of this. Basically, if they readjust what the thing they got in trouble for, mom and dad, ping bang, then they could have already served their time for those, not cases, those, what's the word for that? What's the legal word? My true crime brain is gone. Whatever it is, they could be out of jail by the end of this week. Who knows? Sad news, Southern Charm, Michael, the 20-year butler of Patricia, they had a very sweet, funny, playful relationship. She has been sharing over the last few weeks or months that he had a stroke. He had another stroke. So he passed away last night. She said peacefully, surrounded by family and friends. So very, very sweet there. Michael Riley says they would just walk out free individuals. I know, but what's the word saying if they adjusted what's the word? The case, the things you get in trouble for, the like the ticket, I don't know, the felony, the whatever. My words. My words are not with me today for some reason. I need a nap, I guess. Okay, somebody did let me know, and I had seen charges. Thank you. The charges, the conviction. I mean, I've never even heard of that. Has anyone ever heard where they can just change your conviction or change the charges? Like, it's weird. Are they changing the sentence? I think they were going to say if we change the charges, they would have already served that already. But what does exonerated mean, Annette? Doesn't that mean the the where are my words? Not the mayor, the governor. The governor has decided to let them free. I don't know. Debbie says, Sarah, you sound like me today. Seriously. I was in an hour and a half training. My brain is still, you know what I mean? And the app messed up for me. So I'm all sorts of pissed off. Okay. Someone let me know that Margaret Joseph and Dorinda Medley are doing like this winery tour. Like, is it going to be a comedy show? Are they going to sing and dance? It's going to be Q&A. I have no idea. It's 5 or 6 shows, mostly on the East Coast, all on the East Coast, Pennsylvania, New York. Look at both of their website, their Instagram profiles for that information. I have seen Margaret Josephs do a live show a couple of Decembers ago because she was on. I happened to notice right before Amy Phillips. I'm like, well, why don't I just buy a ticket to that? It was good. She was really good. I don't know that I know these people, these housewives that are on pause or fired or no idea and kind of limbo for a paycheck. They're doing other things to keep the public tied over, especially without a BravoCon. Although our friends like Mabu in London, if you would do us a solid and just get a cheap ticket, hopefully they're cheap last minute, to this Hey You Fan Fest and let us know how it is. We would love that. I mean, it makes me wonder, like, I guess all along, I mean, they're blaming it on the fact that they couldn't get the venue in Las Vegas sorted out for this time, but why wouldn't, like, how do you not get the venue sorted out? But also, if this is October 23rd, so this weekend, like what's that, the 26th is Hey You Fan Fest. If that was going on, they weren't going to turn around in October or November like BravoCon usually is and do the US version of BravoCon. Like, I almost wonder if this Hey You Fan Fest was planned afterwards because they could do that and they couldn't do it at the whatever. Oh, wait, what? Lisa, you're at the ER for a dog bite? One of your dogs? Oh, no. That's not good if you're at the ER. Please let us know as your appointment goes how everything's going, please. Michael Riley says, Sarah, A, B, C, D, E, F, G. A, B, C, D, E, F, G. There's meds for that. Oh my God. Y'all telling me I'm getting old. I mean, my back does ache every day. Okay, I finally watched 90 Day Fiance The Other Way, season 6, episode 17. Now they bring in the relatives. I mean, we know the ones in China. We know that daughter hates the soon-to-be husband, if she even ends up marrying him. I have no idea. But now Corona and Inky that live in Iceland, or Corona now lives in Iceland. Now we find out that they might be having issues. You know, like they've never talked about marriage. She wants to get married. She may not be able to go to midwifery school there, or not as easily. Her friends might have seen him like flirting with another girl. Now he tells us, which is something I'd never heard. I don't know much about Iceland. He said it's very not agnostic, what atheist, where they don't believe in any God at all. What's the difference between agnostic and atheist? Are they two different things? I really don't know, to be honest with you. Glad we can make you laugh, Cecily. Okay, the DA is considering resentencing, Cecily says. That is so fascinating to me that they can do that. I've never really heard of that. Oh gosh, your dog's got into an argument. Lucy's a bully and Sammy doesn't like drama. Oh my gosh. Okay, let us know how you are first. I love that y'all are singing the alphabet as if I don't know. Just stop it. Okay, Sarah says, the more you know, agnostic is when you believe in something but not quite sure what. Agnostics doubt the existence, and atheist doesn't believe at all. Okay, so similar, but definitely different for sure. Okay, thank you for clearing that up for me. Well, Inky is apparently an atheist, and he says it's very common in Iceland. And even though his parents are married and his brother are married, he doesn't really see any point of it. So he is like, I'm not opposed to being with you, but we also haven't been, just together except for 6 months. And I never really thought about that. And she's like, yeah, but I moved to this country for you. I gave up my college acceptance for you to do midwifery school here. Like, what? Crazy. Tata and James, who live in Indonesia, they've been married for like 3 years. Again, more relative issues. So she's one of like 5 or 6, but her sister Angel apparently a couple years ago made up a complete lie that she admits to. Complete lie, because she was basically jealous that James took her sister away from her, her best friend. Okay, but you don't make up a complete lie that could be devastating to her husband. Like, that's just awful. Thank you, Sephora. She's asking people to hit the like button. She's number 13. Thank you. And in comments, let me know what number you were. Somebody put the other day they were number 100. So I promise you it takes 1 second to hit the thumbs up. It's free. All of that, making a comment, subscribing, all of that is free, but it really helps the analytics. So I would really appreciate it so much. But yeah, she pretty much meets James and is giving him like the death stare. Like, who the hell are you? And her sister Tata didn't talk to her for like a year or two because she did that, because she lied on her husband. She like blocked her on Instagram for a year. But she, they miss each other. They're sisters. They were besties. Like, they come from a big family, but they shared a bed together. They shared everything. And it just boils down to me, the sister Angel being well, a liar, liar, pants on fire, but also like just causing problems where there's no problems to begin with. Because there wasn't a problem between James and his wife, Tata. There's a problem between the sister Angel being jealous of the husband, James. So, anyways, wait till she finds out that they might not be able to find a job there and they're going to move her back to the USA. The death stares are going to happen. Okay, also, speaking of death stares, Ubah and Brynn. Are you team Ubah or team Brynn, and why? Because I don't know. As much as I have not been team Brynn this season, I thought Ubah was a real pain in the ass, a real biatch. Okay, so Rhony, season 15, episode 4, they are still on this girls' trip in Erin's house in the Hamptons. Is anyone else weird? Okay, I can't say it like that. Is anyone else weirdly paying attention to the fact that Bravo in production keeps showing these aerial shots specifically of her roof? Is this a Hamptons style roof? It's very gray. It's oddly discolored. And it's not all discolored like in a random, or it's odd. And then some parts of it look like it's molded. Like here, I don't think we get molded roofs. We get black roofs because we're over a plane thing like Hobby Airport. We get the planes that get the black dust or whatever, apparently on the roofs, I guess, because these houses around me are like 20, 22 years old. We had our roof replaced years ago, but people are just now doing it now also. So I can tell the difference. I can tell when the spouts that come up, are clean after that, and then all around it are black. You can see what the original, whatever. Yes, Michael Riley notices it too. The roof looks filthy. I almost want to DM Erin and be like, why the hell aren't you replacing your roof? Like, if it's only dirty and it's still functional and working and protecting from the rain and the elements and all that, then great. But I'm like, get a little spray up there, get a little roof cleaning going on. It's kind of crazy. Oh, my Lisa in Kentucky. No place I would rather be than hanging out with my favorite Chumpettes family. I love that so much. Thank you. Okay. Debbie says, yes, the Hamptons has a lot of mildewy roofs, especially those cedar shingles. Okay. That's just what I don't know. I don't know. I've never been to the Hamptons. So I think they could be a little bit clean though. A little stuff going on. Okay. Cecily says she's loving New York. I am not loving. I don't love a sad story. I'm loving how real and open these girls are being together, considering they weren't close friends at all to begin with. So Raquel, who is new to the show this season, shares this really sad dad story. Like, her last name is not her given last name by her dad because she's basically never had a relationship with him. At 11, she looked up her uncle. The uncle told the dad, hey, you need to meet with her. They basically met, took pictures, had fun, and then he said, yeah, see you later. And she's never talked to him again. So basically at 11, she made the decision with her mom to change her last name. She would have changed it to her mom's legal last name, but she said, I don't want you to use that last name either because my dad is a deadbeat. So I don't want you to that legacy to go on. So they basically went through their family tree and picked a name that either sounded good or somebody was nice or had kind memories about, but it was a really sad story. But I'm just glad they feel open and honest to share those things, because I really do think it makes makes the audience and each other realize, hey, not everyone has that, Pollyanna family. So an upbringing, and look what she has done for herself. Like, she's a hugely successful, like, art, not curator, art collector, curator. Like, she's amazing. She's amazing. Well, Mayboo says, I watched the first season and liked Brynn. Apparently, I'm in the minority. No. I loved Brynn. I've met her in person. I thought she was so fun, such a girl's girl, so nice, so cute at BravoCon. And I'm not loving her this season. I'm just not for a lot of reasons. I also didn't love how flirty she was with the girls, like, just overly. Like, even flirting with the 2 lesbians that are on the show, Raquel, who's in a relationship, Jenna, not Jessa. Who's Jessa? Is Jessa? Who is Jessa? Oh, is she a is she one of the, like, 19, 21 kids and counting, Jessa? Anyways, Jenna Lyons is also in a relationship. Like, don't be Jessel. No, but I was talking about Jenna. She's flirting with Jenna and Rock and she's flirting with all of them. Uh, but I'm like, no, like just cause I don't know. It's just weird. Like flirting with people's husband, Aaron's husband, flirting with, Jenna Lyons. It's just odd. It's just a little bit odd. Yes, Sarah Lee says, "Yeah, I really like Brynn, but I don't like it when she plays the dumb babyish, like her little baby voice. Yeah, it's kind of a weird." Debbie says, "Brynn is too much. I liked her in the beginning too. My heart went out for her. Rough start in life, but she's too on. She's too on. Yeah. Yeah, she's thirsty then now. Yeah." Um, oh, Yvonne Gal says, Ubah and Brynn appear to be overacting. Ooh, even Ubah. I mean, she wasn't acting when she threw up, but anyways, I could we'll chat about that in a second. Okay, Jessel. I wonder if Jessel and Pavitt are going to end up having another baby or not. If anyone ever hears that she's pregnant, let me know. She is spending $1,100 a month to store these embryos, about 7 or 8 of them. I think she wants a girl because they've got twin boys. For her to be like, "Oh, our life is crazy, so what's one more?" Okay, as a mom of 5, I hear this all the time. "Oh, I heard after 3 kids, it's not any harder work. Oh, I heard after 4 kids, it's easier. I heard after it's fine." No, it's a big fat no on every it's a human. It's another pregnancy. It's another birth. It's another scrapbook to do. It's another kid to put through school. It's another kid to help with homework. It's another kid to buy clothes for. It's another kid that their shoes outgrow the night before. It's another kid to help with a project. It is more work and more money. So I'm not saying they shouldn't have a third child, but it drives me nuts when people say, "Oh, isn't it easier after 3?" It's like no big deal. How is a human? Now, I will tell you, going from 1 kid to 2 kid is a big jump, but adding another kid on is still a lot more because it's still a whole ass human. It's a whole ass college to pay for. It's a whole ass car to buy. Uh, it's a whole ass human that wants a relationship with you, hopefully, the rest of your life. So it is a lot more to add another child on. And I think especially with filming, especially with their careers, especially with the lack of help she claims to have, I don't know that they need to add another child to the mix, but that's not my business. I'm not the one that's going to be up in the middle of the night. You know what I mean? But paying $1,100 a month storage for the embryos, like I hope they decide something soon. You know what I mean? Okay, I thought the dinner was super cute. None of them seem to be wanting to cook. I mean, when you're not in your own house, when everyone's trying to cook at once, trying to get all the meals together at once, everyone needs the oven, everyone needs the stove. Nobody knows where the spoons are. Nobody knows where everything is. It all came together, ended up being a very sweet dinner until the roach prank. I thought it was funny. Obviously, they figured out very soon, except for Ubah. If you haven't heard, Brynn and Aaron had this fake roach and a fake like rat or something, but whatever the other thing was looked real, looked fake. The roach looked real. So they added into this pavlova that Jenna made. And I think who was eating it? Jessel? I think Jessel was eating it. Anyways, but they all realized it except for Ubah. Ubah puked. I mean, they said she filled up the toilet with puke. You just heard her Like, she's got a very like, she might not be she's saying she wants to be a mama, and I'm like, "Girl, if you're puking because you see a fake roach in a dessert at a table and everyone started laughing almost immediately," I'm kinda like, you know what I mean? Yes, Christina says that money can only stretch so far, but I don't I'm not in control of when anyone tries to have a baby or has 5 babies, has 1 baby, whatever. I just don't like when people act like, "Oh, isn't it easy after 1 baby? Isn't it easy after 3 babies? It's easy after 4." No. If she's saying it's super stressful and they are all overwhelmed and her husband, Pavid, is saying he's overwhelmed, it's not just no big deal to add 1 to it. It is a big deal. It's a whole ass human. So, oh God, Liz and the Bee says, okay, okay. I'm still recovering from seeing those tonsil stones yesterday. I know. I won't show you any right now. Oh, me either. Wait. Oh, somebody else told me I must not watch Bluey. I've never heard. Apparently, it's an Australian dessert. I want to find one we've got a couple of really good bakeries around me. So I need to go to the bakery and see if they have pavlova. So Yvonne Gal says, I didn't know what pavlova was until the grandbaby made me watch Bluey. So I love that. Lay off the puke talk. Okay, okay. Don't watch this episode then about the dinner table when they eat the dinner. Don't watch that because it's pretty, you hear stuff and what have you. Horrific. It was amazing. It was iconic. Sarah says, OMG, that tonsil video yesterday was horrific. Ubah would be puking for weeks. That's very true. That's very true. Yes, Bluey's a cartoon, not a dessert. Exactly. Okay, the fight. Jenna was in a really good mood all weekend. Maybe it's because she's with her love. I don't even know if she's really married or if she was just kind of teasing. When she was on Watch What Happens Live last week, she kind of alluded to the fact that maybe we already got married. I think she just wants people to get off their ass about a date and a wedding. I don't think she ever wants to get married. So if they did anything, it might have been a simple, like, go to the judge. If anyone can look that up for me, let me know. So she was really nice. Ubah and Brynn had issues the whole show. Brynn wanted to leave right when this episode was started. She was so stressed out. Just felt like everybody was like tackling onto her. Ubah goes, they apparently like hashed it out privately off camera and said that they loved each other. And then Ubah goes in on her. Like, seriously, was like, told Brynn that she's condescending. She cuts Ubah off all the time, and that really pisses Ubah off. She's like, English isn't my first language, so when I'm trying to talk, don't cut me off. Then, of course, what did Brynn do? She cut her off, and she was like, oh my God, I just cut you off. And I'm like, oh my God. Like, this is the one thing she's bitching and moaning to you about. So then they get heated again. And, Bryn's just like, I just want you to respect me. I don't know who's right. I mean, I don't even know that they're in a good place right now. Like, who follows them both? You know how you can tell is who goes with each other to events or Watch What Happens Live. Like, who's together, because you can kind of see 2 camps of even the New York girls. Like, there's definitely 2 different sides of people that hang out, right? Oh, I love that. Yes. Lori says it's too soon if they are overwhelmed. No one will be happy, including the kids. And I mean, I agree with what my father-in-law told us when we first got married. We tried and we planned to get pregnant 6 months after we got married, but and we were financially, emotionally, all the things prepared as much as you can be prepared for any baby. But my father-in-law said, look, you can never have enough money and never time. It's never the perfect time to have a baby. So just do it. So in that way, I agree. And I think, they're not getting any younger. They probably don't want a big spread between the twins and the little girl. Like I said, they'll have a baby in the perfect timing or they won't have a baby. I don't know. Oh goodness. Okay. Jeff Lewis Live, Jackie Schimmel, Doug Buden. Kind of love when they're on together. Like, they have this little history of the pandemic. I think Jackie loved trolling Jackie from Cooking Kibitz, that Doug was her co-host at one point. Or was she Doug's? You know what? I think it was Jackie's idea. I think Jackie did the cooking thing and somehow they ended up doing it together. I don't really remember how that happened because I wasn't watching it during the pandemic. I didn't even know anything about it. So I've kind of learned all of this afterwards. But Jackie Schimmel has definitely like pissed off the other Jackie for sure. I mean, she's worn a wig, she's talked about her, she's made fun of her, you know. Yeah, Debbie says Jackie and Doug are good together. Yeah, they're really good. But her telling this story about taking her kid, Clyde, who's now 15 months old. Like, I remember when she announced she was pregnant on Jeff Lewis Live. Like, I remember that. And then I remember when she was wearing the little necklace that said Clyde, that was kind of this subtle, like, that's going to be my boy's name. Anyways, I love seeing her videos on Instagram of Clyde. He is a chunky monkey and so stinking cute. And they're always inappropriate videos, and I'm here for it. But she takes him to the Calabasas pumpkin patch. One medium-sized pumpkin. Guess how much it cost? I'll give you three. 1, 2, 3. $65. $65. Now, my kids are getting up there in age, so we haven't gone to a pumpkin patch in a couple of years anymore, but I definitely used to take them, and I definitely used to be appalled at the price afterwards. But I've never in my life, and I would have walked away just on the point of it all. I would not give anyone $65 for one freaking pumpkin. Like, I don't care. I mean, maybe if it was charity, like I would literally give it directly to charity. Maybe if it went straight to the church, because usually pumpkin patches are at a church around here anyways. Yes. Liz and the Bee says, I watched her podcast. She talked about it. Now, is her podcast, The Bitch Bible, on video? Like, is it 100% on video? I guess I could check that on YouTube. I figure everyone's on YouTube if they do a video, right? I just, like I said, I prefer a video podcast. I really do. Is it called The Bitch Bible or Bitch Bible? I don't even know. I've listened to her. She's been doing it for like almost 11 or 12 years. Yes, it is. So she is on YouTube. The Bitch Bible. Let's see. I don't know if she puts them all up there. Yeah. They're all up there because they're an hour 13, 46 minutes. She's been doing it for at least for a few months. Maybe, no, 9 years ago. Is that hers? Looks like she started putting them up 7 months ago, unless that's the only ones that are up now. So anyways, the Bitch Bible is up on YouTube. Laura says, we never bought pumpkins at the pumpkin patch. We would take the kids. We stopped at the grocery store after. Girl, tell me all your secrets. Like, how do you tell your kids you're going to the pumpkin patch and not let them pick out a pumpkin? Like, I need to learn that trick. So we have something around here called Dewberry Farm. And my husband sent a picture in the group family chat today that said 12 years ago today. No, more than that. It was 15 years ago today. Never forget. And it's a picture of my 3 oldest daughters holding my son on this little ride that it was like a little tube that just went slowly like this. And he was petrified and he's just wailing. So the picture is the 3 girls smiling and then my son doing this. So he was 2 years old. He had just turned 2. This is a kid that hated swings. He hated all of that. He's still not the most adventurous kid, but anyways, it was a cute picture. But that was more like a retail price. That's, like that's more an event. I mean, it's a for-profit type place. So they grow the pumpkins there. Definitely the pumpkins cost more there. But also, I think pumpkins vary by season depending on how the drought or the dryness, the water, all that kind of thing was. But I think $65 is that's a bit ridiculous. May Boo says, I've been around a lot of different places in London today, Halloween stuff and shopping with my daughter, and no friend and friend, a daughter and friend. No sightings of Andy Cohen. Well, he showed a video this morning. He was at the BBC. So wherever the BBC is, that's where he was. And he's doing a lot of press. So he's probably not outside a lot. He's probably like taking Ubers. He does want to take the tube. He loves taking the tube, he says. So, anyways, okay. Did y'all know that Jameson grew up being called Jamie? Like his whole family calls him Jamie. So they played some game about like, can you name the famous Jamie? And boy, I mean, Doug and Jackie are very, very competitive. Like seriously, like especially Jackie, but I think Doug ended up winning. So I guess he gets his $100 gift card. It was a cute game. Jackie shared that Clyde has found his balls and wiener, and he's now 15 months old and taking off his diaper, and you know, whatever he's doing, you know what I mean? And Jeff's like, oh my God, like, what do you do? What do you stop him? And she's like, well, I don't spray him with a spray bottle. Like there's no like punishment spray. And I think it'd be funny. So Jeff, right? Does Jeff have the boy? What embryo does Jeff have left? What did he try almost 2 years ago, last March? Did he put the girl in, or did he have the boy put in? I can't remember. Whatever it has is he has one more left. I think he has a girl left because I think the boy had the better chance, so he put that in first. But I think Monroe wants a sister, and that baby didn't take, right? So we never I already read that. Oh, Sarah says, if anyone finds out where Andy is staying, I'll go down and fangirl him at the hotel. I like a challenge. Oh my gosh. I don't know where he's staying, but he definitely talked about the hotel on today's. He talked about some fans saw him there, and somebody that knows somebody, like somebody that is the mom of the friend of his girlfriend, something or other like that. So, yeah, the eggs a la France. Oh, Claire says, I was trying to guess where Andy Cohen was staying. Yeah, I mean, he really only showed like a small window, and I think it was mostly him and the eggs they were showing. You know what I mean? Claire says it might be Claridge's Mayfair area. I have no idea. Definitely Chelsea or Kensington. Oh, I just love here in London areas. Okay, what else? Jeff has a date tomorrow. Even though, so are y'all watching the Jeff Lewis video? We get 5 commercial breaks, remember? At one point, I felt like Ryan Bailey was having a really juicy conversation on a commercial with Lala Kent, but also Jeff was talking about sending birthday flowers to Gage's house because her birthday is Friday, and he was telling Shane what kind of flowers to get, but she'll be at Gage's house. So it's like you couldn't hear either one of the conversations all that well, but anyways, on the commercial break yesterday, he was talking to Shayna Moakler about his excitement for seeing the Cowboy in Texas in a couple of weeks. And then Shayna Moakler teased him about buying a house in Dallas. And he was like, yeah, maybe. I'm like, dang. I don't know how. I get that Jeff is dating. I get that he's not committed to any one person. But when you have seen Jeff more than once or twice, which this guy, I think, met him out. I think he went to the hotel, Jeff said, right? Which means some sexy time. And I feel like the next day they had lunch together. They're not dating, but you don't want to hear about other dates and first dates on the radio. You know what I mean? That will fizzle out. Why? Oh, he has a girl left. The boy is the one that failed. Okay, I was right. Mike O'Reilly says that will fizzle out, but why? Because it's too far away. Yeah, I feel like a relationship, you need to be in the same city. I mean, I know others have made it work. I feel like Jeff wants to see someone way more than that. The only thing I might think that's changing his mind is the fact that he now has Monroe 1 week on, 1 week off. I think that 1 week on, he's like all in. And that because he and Gage really have no communication right now, he's kind of all off whenever Gage has him, because that's kind of the relationship they have. Oh, Michael says Jeff can't monitor him long distance. Wow, what a way to put it. Monitor him. Not date, not love, not sleep with, but monitor. Wow. Anyways, this guy tomorrow is a billionaire with a B. He's 11 years older than Jeff, which means he's 65, qualifies for Medicare. Not that that matters if you're a billionaire. I don't think he would say who set him up. I'm thinking it's probably Tracy Tudor. I don't know why I feel like that. I feel like it's probably Tracy Tudor would know a billionaire. You know what I mean? Don't you feel like? Okay, so somebody calls in, and I think they were asking Jeff about dating, but we don't know because they hung up really quick. And like I said, I was driving, so um, I couldn't hear exactly what she called him. But I feel like a caller called in about Jeff. Instead, Doug ended up answering, saying, "I've been in 2 relationships." Doug is 55 years old. He's double nickels. And he feels like he's better alone than a couple. He says he doesn't like to be touched. He doesn't like, he likes his own space. But also, I think at 55 years old, if you don't date a lot, if you're not really going after a relationship, then I feel like it's like the chicken or the egg. What came first? Do you end up liking to be alone? Do you end up being more independent because of all that? Or are you not in a relationship because of all that? You know what I mean? Oh, that's true. Sherry says, "I'm sure Reddit knows where Andy Cohen is staying." Exactly. Yeah. Uh, Anyways, that was very interesting, but I kind of believe it. Saltery.com. If you want salt from Doug, Doug loves salt. Remember, it's not his salt. It's a company that he is aligned with and that I have bought from through Doug's, promotion of it. And the salt is delicious. I love salt. I love all the flavors. I think it's a really unique gift for someone that you just can't think of what to get them because it's all these different flavors. I mean, truffle salt, there's an onion one, there's a garlic flavor, there's a seasoning one. I mean, there's so many different ones. Anyways, but Doug loves salt is the code to get 15 or 20% off. I don't remember what it was. So Doug lets us know that because this new Sirius XM whatever contract started for Jeff on Monday, now everyone is paid through Jeff. So before on the extended, they had to put in, not clock in and out, but they had to put in some whatever. So basically, Doug was almost treated like a part-time Sirius XM. I think he even had an office there. I'm not sure he's going to get an office anymore. I think he had an office at Sirius XM. He had an email address. I don't feel like Justin Martindale. I don't feel like Sarah Colonna, Jackie Schimmel. None of them. They were just kind of paid. Doug was a little bit different, probably because he's been such a prominent co-host since almost day one. He has definitely been there since Gage was on, right? But anyways, he gets kind of this letter of basically we're letting you go type thing. And call this department if you need help with whatever. And this caller calls in and she's like, "Oh my God, I'm just devastated that Doug is not going to be there. I love him. He's my favorite." And they're all like, "Wait, what?" She thought he had gotten fired from Sirius XM. So I'm pretty sure other people had that confusion, or maybe that's probably already on Reddit. "Oh my God, Doug got fired." He did not. He did not get fired. It's a paper trail, basically, of saying, "Look, your email is going to be shut off. This is going to be shut off. Now everything." It's almost like Howard Stern. It's like they give Jeff a shit ton of money, and then he now pays every co-host and every first hour and after hour, I think 500, but maybe that went up too. I don't even know. Whatever it is, Zach Noe Tower says it pays for his rent. So he's on enough that it's, whatever. Yes. Debbie says that's sad about Doug. I'd rather see him than most of the other chumps. I know, but everything's fine. Does he want to get the weekly SiriusXM emails? Yes. Does he want to have a SiriusXM email address? I'm sure he does, but he's not fired at all. Yes, that Debbie says that makes sense. I'm glad. Very confusing though. Very confusing. Okay, this story about Popeye's chicken. So apparently they went to Jeff and Shane went to Popeye's chicken in Van Nuys, and some customer was screaming and they nobody was doing anything about it. Now, I finally had a Popeye's chicken sandwich this summer we were in the Texas Hill Country and we stopped at a Popeyes that's connected to like a gas station or so. It was almost like a Buc-ee's, but not maybe like a Love's or something. It took 25 minutes maybe for our order, no lie, as we went inside. The order was super expensive. The order was wrong when they gave it. I mean, it was just like everything that you could go wrong. But the chicken sandwich that I finally had, yes, there really were fights over these chicken sandwiches. There really was sadly a death, like a shooting or something over fighting for a Popeyes chicken sandwich like a year or two ago. I wouldn't fight for it, but she was good. You know, it's also good in the winter. The peppermint chocolate chip milkshake from Chick-fil-A that's probably going to be coming out very soon. And I've already seen the sign on our Chick-fil-A for the tortilla soup. It is seasonal and so delicious and actually so healthy. It's not necessarily a tortilla soup. It's more like a bean soup, which means it's very high in fiber, which is good for this girl. Did I tell y'all I planned my virtual appointment with my GI doctor to get my third colonoscopy scheduled. So I'm on the who was that had colon cancer? The woman, Taylor Dane, that was on Jeff Lewis Live. So I did plan that, but I was up for it anyways, and I knew I'd already, had a meeting with my doctor. Chick-fil-A has it. I had it. I thought it was weird with the pimento cheese in it and like sweet pickles or something. I just said, give me the new sandwich, and it was delicious. Mike O'Reilly says, oh, you know what I love? Now it's making me want freaking chicken. Y'all, when I tell you I'm half foot in, my just cannot seem to eat healthy. Bravo and Stone said, I'd rather have a Gmail account. Anything else feels like work. I mean, I'm so old school. Nabu says, we don't have Popeyes in London, but we got a Slim Chickens, but I haven't tried it yet. I haven't tried Slim Chickens yet. And our Slim Chickens is what took over what's the place that had Carl's Jr.? We had a Carl's Jr. by the gym I used to always go to. And my kids were little and they were in the daycare at the gym when we would go to work out. And I would get them the chicken tenders and the star French fries afterwards. They loved that. And then they had a turkey burger that was delicious. So good. And then I would not get fries because I was trying to eat healthy. Cecily says, in my city, we have 50 different chicken places. It's absolutely crazy. Where do you live? Because I always hear of Nashville having like amazing chicken places. Lisa had Popeyes today. This Popeyes 6 and deal today. What is that? Like for $6? That's amazing. Okay. Y'all tell me what I missed, or we're just going to open up to general questions. Both. Sarah Colon and Justin Martindale were on the second hour. Like I said, I got to hear them talking about airlines and people boarding early. And then all of a sudden my phone went to Jess Cagle. So it was very disappointing. And once they do that, like still, even if I go there, it's probably not going to come up. Like you can't, Jeff Lewis, the red one is it is up right now at 3:48. It's up. It says gate lice. Ew, is that what it means when people hang out? Okay, so it is up, hour 44. So I'll have to listen to it later, but it's not up immediately whenever it goes out. So it's kind of annoying. But I do Southwest Airlines. So there's boarding in the sense that there's like, B34 and you're supposed to get behind B33 and they're supposed to get behind B32. But Southwest people are the worst. At least with the other airlines that you have an assigned seat, they just want to get on the plane early, which I do not understand that. I would rather sit out in the waiting room with some free air than sitting on a jacked up plane next to somebody, I may not know if I'm flying alone. The only reason I do it in order is because you want to get overhead, space if you're traveling with a carry-on like I do, or you want to get a decent seat to get out of there quicker like I do. Um, ooh, I love that. Lisa says, "I'm going to Nashville in December, and I'm stopping by Buc-ee's on the way there." I love a good Buc-ee's. So fun, so fun. Y'all are not helping me. Lisa says, "Wendy's Baconator is to die for." Y'all know the bacon I had this weekend. It was so good. Oh my gosh. Yvonne Cal says, "I freaking love Buc-ee's. I spend way too long in there." I mean, yeah, you go in for the clean bathrooms and, all of a sudden you've got beef jerky, you've got a barbecue sandwich, you've got cheese and turkey in this plastic container, you know, all of a sudden you bought everything. You know what I mean? Yes, Annette said it's all about the overhead space for sure. But that's crazy. Like, if you yeah, I guess that's true why they board but, I'm a rule follower. Even today at this training, one of the things they said was to, one of the things we had to talk to somebody that was not at our table, okay? So I was at a table with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of us were at our table, and there was probably 10 tables, I don't know, and so I turned around to the woman behind me, and I said, "Do you want to partner up?" She said, "Oh, yeah." She had 2 people at her table. She goes, "Well, we were going to partner up just because we're both eating, but that's breaking the rules." And so I said, "Well, yeah, I'm a rule follower. So, I just turned around to you." Anyway, so then we had to ask each other what I said at the beginning. Remember, how's your day going for you so far? How's your day going for you so far? Doesn't that sound so much more inviting than "How's your day?" Which everybody's just gonna say, "Fine, good," whether it's is or not. Anyways, Michael Riley says, "I always get early bird because I wanna get that overhead space, like, I like to watch my Louis Vuitton luggage." Oh gosh, you are so fancy. Fancy pants, my goodness, I cannot wait to meet you one day. Yes, Maybu says, "Michael, look at you. I'd be watching my TJ Maxx suitcase." Exactly. I love luggage from TJ Maxx. Love it. I mean, I get my what is it called? Samsonite? Oh, yeah, pink. I've got so good. Stop talking about junk food. Cecily says, "We have KFC, we have Popeyes, we have chicken, In Love Chicken." Is that what it's called? Wingstop, Buffalo Wings, Angry Chicks, Dave's Chicken. I've never heard of a wimpy burger and broke a tooth. Ew. Christina says, "Somebody from our group bit into a wimpy burger and broke a tooth." Ew, that sounds like a bone was in the meat, right? What was I eating? And I felt like bone was in was it my meatballs from I think it was. Last night I had some turkey meatball kale soup after the gym. And I think it was a little bone in the turkey meatballs that were frozen from the grocery store. Ugh. Oh, yes, Jet that's what they were talking about today. Says, "I don't know why this is in news. American Airlines, others are already using this technology in the last year where they scan your ticket. If you're not in the right boarding room, it beeps and they make you step out." I so hope that's one of the new changes that Southwest Airlines is gonna make, because they've said in 2025, every chair is gonna have Wi-Fi, a charging station, and they are gonna go to assigned seats. So, I don't necessarily care about the assigned seat thing as long as my price doesn't go up. But which, by the way, I have, like, no points on Southwest. Kinda suck. I like having a lot of points on Southwest. I don't know why I don't have any. Oh! Oh, I have 20,000 points. I just had only 5 a few weeks ago. Well, good deal. Anyways, I do not. My cholesterol's high. Debbie says, "You all must have been blessed with good cholesterol levels." I look at Popeyes and my cholesterol goes up. They're giving me until April to get my cholesterol down, and then there's a test I'm gonna do that I'm very happy to do. They said it only costs like $150 to see if there's plaque on my arteries or something like that. So I want that done regardless. Anyways, okay, if you don't have any questions, we are going to wrap it up a few minutes early. Thank you so much for joining in live. If you're listening as or watching as a replay, shout out. We love that too. Make sure to hit the thumbs up. Make sure to hit the like button. Please comment. If you're listening at Sarah from Texas podcast, please scroll down, find the little stars, hit the 5 stars, and then find where it says write a review and write a little something. I would really, really appreciate it. Tomorrow, same place, same time, 4 p.m. Eastern. I will see you here. Bye, Chumbats. Adore you.